Hello, welcome back to Crafts by the Bow. Hi ladies, just making sure that this is all nice and straight and level. Let's just move this down a little bit. You don't need to see half of my desk, do you? Let's just see. Oh, that was the wrong way. Let's move it the other way. Okay, it's like looking at something in the mirror. I never know which way to go. Okay. Let me just move that out of the way. Glue. Okie dokie. So I think we're live. Hello, hello. And while we just wait for a couple of people to pop on, I just had this brainwave that I was going to cut out some numbers. So I'm going to use my alphabet a la mode dies. These are new ones out of the mini catalogue. So I'm just going to be cutting some out while we're just waiting. Oh, if I can get them out of the packet, that is. I don't want to come out. Let's just take that off. Right. And they've got beautiful letters in, and they're like a long, skinny letter. But really what I want are the numbers. Oh, that's interesting. Just looking, you've got more than one of vowels and letters that you use frequently. Now that's handy. Means you don't have to run things through twice. Okay, so what do I want? 20, 23. I had to think then what year it was. Okay, I'll pop that back. I don't know if I'm going to use these, but if I don't have them cut out, I won't use them at all, will I? I'm using the adhesive sheets as well, just to make it a little bit easier. And I am going to be using my Night of Navy card, and I've got some little scraps in there. That might be big enough. Hiya Tamara, how are you doing? Nice to see you. I'm just here chatting to myself, trying to decide if I want to do cutting out letters and numbers. So it's just me chit-chatting with myself at the moment, trying to decide what I want to do. How are you doing? Okay, right. I like these adhesive sheets. Saves me a lot of gluing and sticking on tiny little scraps of card. And because I'm doing these numbers, there's not much room to put glue. Let's just have a look, see if this is what I want. I know a couple of my ladies are joining in a little while, so that's why I thought I would just have a try at doing these. Okay, they don't take up much space at all, do they? Keep cutting out for me. Okay, just where did I put the lid? Oh, here we go. Let's put this through. So I'm not really meant to be here just yet. I just came on a few minutes early. So I need another number 2. Let's poke that out. Oh, that comes out really nice. Oh, I like that. I might do 2 of each. I might want to double layer them. I could have done this beforehand, but of course I went shopping. And I wasn't going to go grocery shopping. I was going to try and do my Facebook early, but I decided in the end I ought to go grocery shopping. Because apparently when you open the fridge door, people expect to see food. Hi Jane. Yeah, that's fine. I came on a bit early, Jane, so I'm just cutting things out. You have a chat with your daughter. Say hi to her from me and that beautiful grandbaby. I'm only cutting out numbers at the moment. Right, so that would make 203, 203. So now I need 2 more 2s. Oh, it's hard to do maths today. Oh, call's all done. Hi, Jane. I've stuck some of that double-sided adhesive that we have on the back of here. Ooh, I might have to pop a little tiny bit more on. Just so that I don't have to put like liquid glue or anything on the back of these numbers. Because they're like tall, skinny numbers. And I thought they might be a bit tricky for me to glue. Right, let's have a little look. I need just a little tiny scrap to go on there. Let's find this. I might have a weenie piece. Where's that other piece? Look, I only need to cut a tiny bit. What am I making with all these numbers? Ah, well, remember I said I'd bought all my calendar tabs before I went away. I've had them since the beginning of November. And here they still sit. So I'm making some calendars. I have to get on and make them because soon it'll be 2024 and I still won't have made them. So I've made a couple for people at Richard's work who celebrate Chinese New Year. And Richard took those, what day is it today? Tuesday. Did he take them Monday or did he take them Friday? Let me just do this last one number and then I'm done. And that noisy thing can go out of the way. Yeah, so I've already made some calendars, but they didn't really make a dint in the pile of calendar tabs that I have. And this year I bought different calendar tabs. I normally get the tailored expression ones, but I was too late this year. I totally forgot about it. When I saw that they were available, I thought, oh yeah, I'll order those next month. Next month came. The next month came, the next month came, and then I was too late. Let me find, where did I put those? Let me put those dies away, because otherwise I'll be looking for them. Yeah, so I missed those. So instead, I bought these others from a really nice Stampin' Up guy in Canada, and I think he's over on the East Coast. And he sent me them, and I put them in my craft room, and that was it. I forgot all about them. Yeah, I can't rush into it, you're right, you know me. So this is the one that I made for the Chinese New Year. So it's got the cane weave embossing folder for the back in there, and just some flowers from this little Petal Park set that I've been using, and a little gold die cut from Framed Florets, and it just stands on your desk like this. And I made it in red and gold for Chinese New Year colours, and yeah, so I like that one, but I want to make some more and I don't want to make those ones. So I thought I'd make different design, one that I've made before, but just a bit different. I don't want to make them all the same. Okay, so let's get on and make our calendars. I'm going to take half a sheet of card and some scraps, and I've got all the scraps out together. I've taken them out of my normal box. I don't know if these are, oh, these are already folded, so that's handy. I don't need that big one. And I will need another piece, because to make the one that I want to make tonight, you need sort of 3/4 of a sheet of card. Jane, I think you and I are twins. I have a lot of stuff in my craft room that suddenly, you know, I really needed that. I put it down somewhere, and 3 months later I think, oh, wow, look at that. Okay, so I've got just half a sheet of card, which is 5.5 by 8.5. and I've already scored this one at 4 1/4. So that would be a normal card base. But actually we're going to score it again at 2 1/8. So it's sort of half of this. So 2 1/8. So now, when I turn it that way, we have our normal card base, but it also has another fold. Okay? And then I want a piece that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I don't know if this has been cut on the trimmer or I've cut it. I think, well, let's just see. So 4 1/4. Oh, can't score it. And 5 1/2. How's the weather with you, Jane? I was looking at weather for Anne-Marie and I saw that you were going to get a lot of snow. Has it started yet? Okay, so this will be the front of our calendar, and I need to make sure that it fits exactly over the card base. Once it's folded in half, it's a card base. Okay, so a piece 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 2 1/8 and 4 1/4. If you're not very good at scoring with eighths, score at 4 1/4 and then just fold this piece back on itself, because where we've scored it is exactly halfway down here. Oh, I'm losing comments. Let me just pop those back. There we go. I just edged something and it just spun my computer around. Okay, so that's our base. This is going to be our calendar, and it's going to be an easel fold. It's going to go like this. Oh, well, like this, and stand like this. Okay, maybe you can see it better that way. Okay, so that's how it's going to sit, and that's how it's going to sit on the desk. Right, while I'm here, let's cut some designer series paper. And I'm going to use, because it's still out on my desk, I'm going to use this Regency Park paper. It's the paper we used last week when I was making my swap cards. And then you probably saw on Facebook, well, I know you did, Jane, you probably saw that I'd made my daughter-in-law's birthday card with this as well, and I used more this kind of paper, the reds. Very, very pretty paper. I want the piece that looks like that but is blue. Oh, there it is. So I'm going to use that cane weave, and can you see? This is the cane weave embossing folder, and this paper is an exact copy of it. So it almost looks like you've put the paper through the embossing folder, except it hasn't got that texture, but it's that same cane weave. I think that's so clever. Okay. Now we need, it is going to be a good size calendar. Yeah, I think so too. We need a piece that is going to go on here and just give us 1/4 inch all the way around. So I'm going to cut it down at 4. I'm not worried about orientation because it doesn't matter on this paper. If it was a floral one, I would just make sure that my orientation was horizontal for it. Okay, and then let's do 5 1/4. So 4 by 5 1/4. Yeah, that's what we're doing. So you haven't prepped this one. Okay. Do I need to cut anything else? Yes, I do. I have my calendar tab, and as I was saying, these are not the ones I usually use. It's going to be a different size, and when I made this, you can see it took up so much of the card, which I liked, but why I'm making this bigger is I want to have the numbers at the top that say 2023. So I needed to make a bigger calendar. It's going to go just on here, but I'd like a little base for it. And I think I'm going to cut that out in Night of Navy as well. Where did I just drop that card to? Here we go. Let's find another little scrap out of here. Oh, this is a big scrap. But I've got a lot of these to make. Now, this calendar tab, I think, when I measured it, I think I needed it's 2 1/8 by nearly 3 3/4. And I only put a tiny little border around. So I'm only going to put sort of a 16th. So let's see. So I might just cut it at 2 1/4 by 4 and then go back and recut. And you can put as big a border around it as you need. Oh, Jane, you fell off my screen. Let's see. There we go. So I'm just going to now cut it down. I think I'd almost like sort of 1/4 inch around it. So that would make 2 3/8. So 1, 2, 3. Doesn't have to be exact though. And then this was sort of 3 7/8. So I'm just going to go to 4 1/8, but I know it's not quite as long as that. Oh, hold on. It's not 3 7/8. No. Just bear with me while I'm trying to get my head around this. I'm just going to take a scrap off. Let's see how that is. I'm just going round and round. That looks near enough, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay. No point doing hard maths on an evening. Okay, let's just check to see if that would work. That way, I think it's sort of the same size border as the card underneath. Alright, and I want to put those numbers up here that I've just been cutting out. Just see if they fit. See, I never even tried to see if they fitted. If I leave a tiny border there. I'm going to take a little scrap off. It's just a bit tight. Yeah, it looked good until I tried to get that number on it, didn't it? So let's just take the 16th off and see how that is. Or even an 1/8. A tiny, tiny border. Let's see if our numbers will fit. I could always make the designer series paper a little bit larger. Oh no, look, now it fits better. Okay, let's glue some of this together. So what are you working on, Jane? I know Libby is not joining us this evening. Laurie's cruising. Who else do I know where they are? I don't know where Janet is, but I doubt she's looking forward to all that snow after that beautiful warm weather she's had on her cruise. Put this on here. Now for these, I'm going to put tear and tape and a little bit of liquid glue. The tear and tape will hold it better. This is a really much stronger adhesive. And if I put my liquid glue on as well, means I can still move it around. Let's squish that down. Oh, see, I didn't squish that down hard enough. There we go. So you're getting birthday cards for the month ahead. Oh wow, you work on March birthday cards in February. Well, it's not very long to February, is it? It's spinning round so quickly. But good for you. I'm still sort of on vacation mode, I think. It's taken me a while to get my head around things at the moment. I think just because I'm busy at school as well. Jane's moved to back to daycare. Oh, okay. She's probably snoozing by now. She'll be fast asleep. I can't blame her. Those little ones take it out of you. I'm just going to pop this right in the corner. But before I squish it right down, I'm just going to check those numbers again. Yep, they're fine. Okay. So let's make sure that's straight. I could have used the pattern at the top to line it up, couldn't I? Right, let's do some stamping because we're going to need some flowers. I'm only doing the flower part. I'm not doing leaves or anything. So I need this one for the outline and then this for the middle, just the same as we did last week. And they're actually still here on my desk from last week. Yeah, even if we could bottle that energy, Jane, I think I'd be too tired. I haven't got that much energy. It would be tiring expending all that energy. Yeah. I'm going to make it so that my small flower is at the top. And then stamp that up again and do another set at the bottom. Not sure if that works, but we'll try it. Okay, and I notice it's stamping light, and that's because I don't have much paper left under here and there's no cushioning. So let's find a little scrap of paper and I'm going to stamp off. Okay, so I've got my flowers. Stamp off, and then let's try and line this up. It's easy to see through the photopolymer. It's just not as easy when I'm at this angle because I can't see the very top. Well, that's not bad though. Not bad at all. You said you were working on birthday cards and things. I've just spent the weekend. I was cutting out my Fun Fold class, which is next Monday. So I designed all of that before I went away, but I didn't cut or anything. So I was cutting that at the weekend. And then I decided that I would carry on working on our all occasion class. That's in February. So I was trying to design for that as well. And then Richard said he needed some Chinese New Year cards. So I was making the calendars for that. And it was, all of a sudden, it was Monday again. And I don't know where the weekend even went. Okay, let's cut these out. I don't need all of these, but... Oh, that's so loud. I tried so hard then not to press it hard because they seem to jump out. It's such a springy punch, which is great, but they jump so high. Yeah. Oh, that was a bit better. Pressed it slower. Okay, that's all of that stamping. And there's one more thing I've got to stamp, which is a sentiment, but we'll come back to that. Right, so let's turn these over. And I'm going to do the same design that I did on here. Just a die cut from the framed florets and my 3 flowers. Oops. And these are the die cuts I've got left from Christmas. So I've got white ones, one green one, and a silver one. Okay, so let's have a look. What do you think? Green, or how about that silver? Let's have a look at that. Ooh. Ooh, that might be nice. I think I like the silver. What do you think, Jane? Silver? Yeah, weekends just go. You're using the Young at Heart stamp set? Oh, you will make some beautiful cards with that. Very pretty. Send us a picture afterwards. I'm going to glue this on. I should have put adhesive on the back of there, shouldn't I? But these are ones that I had left over from Christmas anyway, so I didn't put adhesive on at Christmas. I should have done though, because then I could have just peeled that adhesive off and it been like a little sticker. Okay. Put this on here. I'm going to put it up a tiny bit. There we go. I'm not going to squash it down too hard because I don't want that glue to come out. Oh, then it did. It hurt me and then it came out. Okay. And I'm going to use dimensionals. I'm going to put the first one on flat, just with glue. I like silver and navy blue. I like lime green with navy blue too. But I think that's because my mum used to have a suit that was that colour. When I was little, she had this navy blue suit with like a lime green trim. Oh, I thought it was just the bee's knees. Okay, let's put one of these over here. And I'm going to find a little one. Put another dimensional on the back. The big dimensionals just fit, but you could use half a one or one of the smaller ones. I'm just going to sort of tuck it underneath a little bit. There we go. It's not impeding this paper. And let's find the little milky dots. I'll go with that. And I'm going to put the larger gold one on the larger flower and the two small ones, just the small milky dots. They seem to be about right, just for those centres. I'll need those again in a minute. Let's try and put these numbers on. So I've cut them all out twice because I thought it might be nice to have like a double thickness. Oh, let's try and line them up first before I take that off. 20, 2, 3. How can it be 2023? How can it be that time? Wow. Okay. That's sort of in the middle of here. Yep. Let's take these back ends off and they should stick down really easily. What can I line them up on? I'm going to line them up on that little white line there. Oh, move it along a tiny bit. There we go. So 2. Pick this one. Oh, this might have been nice in the navy too. Oh, I think I'm sticking them nearer together than I'd first thought. Let's move that one over a tiny bit. That's the beauty of this adhesive paper as well. You don't have to stick the whole thing down straight away, and you can move it. Yeah, I don't know how it's the end of January either. It was only just New Year's Eve. I was at Anne-Marie's. I don't know. I think the years go faster. As you get older, they go a bit faster anyway, but it's going faster and faster and faster. Like a little merry-go-round. Okay, now with these ones, I'm going to stick it on top so that it's just got a little bit more height to it. Might have to turn them round a bit so I can see. Might have to do it upside down a bit. Just so, oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, that's nice. I like that. Just a little bit thicker, look. You could build it up as high as you wanted. Oh, I thought I hadn't cut out enough, but I have. Let's take this off. Tomorrow is my cooking day with Anne-Marie. When we were at her house at Christmas, we were making things, her and I, for her freezer. She just bought a new freezer with some of the money from her wedding. And so we made lots of things to go in it, lots of meals for, you know, when she leaves work, and she works sort of 12 hours, and it's an hour and a half there and an hour and a half back. So by the time you come back, you know, you don't want to be cooking a load of things. So we filled her freezer up with all sorts of meals for lunches and for suppers. And then we decided that once a month we would get together and cook, maybe by Zoom or by Facebook, and we would cook and just sort of have fun. So that's our afternoon tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. Okay, now let me show you how this is going to work. So this is our card base. This is going to be, I think I'm going to do it this way. Let me see. Yeah, I almost sort of want it to go that way. I'm going to bend it over so it goes that way. I like that better. And I'm going to put the bottom of the card onto the bottom of here. Just glue that on. So then it will stand like this, like an easel, but it will fold flat to go in an envelope. So I just need to have adhesive on this piece. Where did I put that tear and tape? Oh, that's just the end of it, look. But I'm going to put, let's get some more. I'm going to put tear and tape on first. Ready meals in the freezer. Oh, it's, honestly, you need it, don't you? No. There are some days that you just don't have the energy to come home and start making something. And Anne-Marie has been trying to do it, you know, as she got in, or on a weekend, make 2 or 3 things. So we just spent, you know, a couple of days making tons of things. Whether it was lunches, we made little mini pizzas for her to be able to just pick up and take to work, or just to have as a snack. We made curries, we made lots of sausage rolls. What else did we make? Enchiladas, all sorts of things. And she just popped them all in boxes, all in her freezer. And she was saying at the weekend, you know, they've been such a help. They haven't had to sort of go and get takeaway or anything, because everything was just there. So I'm also going to put a little bit of glue on top here, just in case I don't get it down straight the first time. And the adhesive on top, the liquid glue, will mean I can slide the base around a little bit if I need to. And I'm just going to line up the edges and the bottom. And because I've got that glue on top of the tape as well, means, look, I can just move it along as I need. And turn it over. Yeah, so tomorrow, I don't know what she's making tomorrow. I'm going to do meatballs and meatloaf and shepherd's pies, I think. Okay, so there we are. That's it, as it would go into an envelope. But when you've got it on your desk, you want something here that's going to stop it from just falling down. So I'm going to put a little piece across here, and I'm going to put a sentiment on it. Yeah, do you know, Jane, when I look back about being there over Christmas, it was one of the nicest things. We just had fun. We made all those mince pies, sausage rolls, we chatted and we laughed, and coming home, that's one of the things that was really, you know, in my mind. Hi, Janet. Oh, no problem at all. I understand you went back to daycare today. So Jane was saying, I thought you'd be fast asleep. I think I would have been. I'm going to have this one that says, you make each season of life even more beautiful. I have this scrap, but I don't, it might be a bit wide. Oh, well, it fits there. Let's have a look. Oh, do you know, I'm just going to use that. I was going to cut it down if it was a bit wide, but I don't think it is. Let's find this. And I'm going to stamp it off to the right hand side. I haven't stamped it before, so let's just go over it with my thumb. Make sure there's no oils on it. And where did I hide my ink? Over here. Day 2. Yeah, I had a nap after summer, after supper. I'd have been asleep after lunch. Oh dear. Yeah. I was saying to Jane that I hear you're going to have some snow. Not so good. Oh, let's stamp it here first. You make each season of life even more beautiful. I thought that was a nice one to go with a calendar. And just, you know, I didn't even check that that was straight, but it is. I must have cut it off a card or something. Maybe when I've been cutting card for inserts. Let's have a look. I don't even know if that's straight. Is that straight? No, I don't think so. I think it's wonky. I'm going to stamp on the back. And if this is wonky, then the least wonky one is the one I'm choosing. Let's try again. Oh. I'm trying to line up, but because, you see, because this is higher, I think that's where my problem was. I'm going to just try and line these up. I'm not worrying about season of life and beautiful. Let's see if that's straighter. I don't know if that's any straighter, you know. Oh yes it is. There we go, that will do. I'm just going to go over this with my bone folder. And that will go across here, but I'm going to put it on dimensionals, across there, and then I'm going to pop some of these flowers here. So let's put that on dimensionals first. Have I got my long strips of foam here? No, I haven't. Haven't got any other here, so you know we have those like long thin strips. I could put those on the back. Oh, no, which is the front? I could put those on the back, but I haven't got them with me, so I'm going to use the edges from here. Let's take this off. Now, as you can see, Janet, I am making my calendars. It's not because there's another new year, it's just because I haven't made them yet. So I made a few. Richard wanted a Chinese New Year card, well, a couple, for people at work. And so I decided to use my calendars. And I made these little ones for desks. And I thought I would get a move on with making my other calendars, because I've now had these calendar tabs for nearly 4 months. And I haven't made a single calendar otherwise. So it's not suddenly a new year, it's just me who's slow. There we go. Okay, that will work. Hi Libby, how are you? No, don't worry, don't worry. So we're here just chatting, and I'm making calendars that I should have made before Christmas. And we're making an easel calendar, so it folds flat like this, so you can put it in an envelope and send, and then when it's finished it will stand up like this on your desk. I'm going to put this across here. I'm going to leave a little border at the bottom. Oh, let's take it off my thumb on my finger here. I'm going to line it up on my grid paper. Okay, I'm only going up 1 square. So I'm going to use the grid paper at the other side and make sure it's just 1 square. Is that straight? Must be. Must be. Okay, and then I'm going to pop a couple of these little flowers on. So let's pop this one here. And I'm going to have it so that it's not protruding past the top of this little sentiment. And I'm only putting 2 on because when this is folded, I've already got 3 and I still want an odd amount. So I'm only going to pop 2 like this. which one? Yeah, I'm going to pop this, the largest and the smallest. And let's make sure that's glued. And I'm not putting dimensionals on these, I'm only gluing them. Oh, look, I've glued my scissors. My scissor catcher, like fishing. That's probably about all I could catch if I went fishing. I used to go fishing with my dad, and he didn't use a rod and reel, he used like a letter H shaped piece of wood that had the reel, that was the reel, and it had the fishing line wrapped around that part, and you just threw the hook straight into the water. And I used to go fishing with him a lot, and then he used to go deep sea fishing and would come back with cod, no, lots of things from the sea. I have really nice memories of going fishing with him. Okay, so then to make it stand up, you're just going to, oh, there we go. I thought I had a little spot on there. I was going to put a little, another little gem over there. So then you just stand it up on your desk like that, and it will lay down flat. So yay me! I've made one of my calendars. Another 20 to go. Oh dear. But that's just a nice. Let's put it this way so you can see. It's just a nice different little calendar. And it stands up, and then just take your pages off as each month goes by. So there we are. That's tonight's calendar. That's my little one from making my Chinese New Year cards. I think I might video this. I'll put it on the YouTube for Sunday. I've chosen a new time for YouTube. I was having quite a lot of difficulty getting them on a Saturday. And so I've chosen them to go on a Sunday, and that's a bit less stress, and I've got a little bit more time. So I'll video this one, I think, and that gives you just a different sort to make. If you have the Tailored Expressions tabs for the calendars, just remember that they're a little bit smaller. So when you do the backing piece here, you might find you just need a smaller piece of card. Okay, so there are my calendars for tonight. And just before I go, I promised I would show the cards for our all occasion class. And so these are the 4 that I've made. They're using the Abigail Rose Designer Series paper on 3 of them. So nice easy folds on some of them. And all you need are your own sentiments and adhesives. This one's got like a little die cut of a butterfly. So that's the first one. Here's the second one, which is the thanks card. All the die cuts are included and everything. So, and then the third one is this one. This is my favourite. I love this one. I loved this paper, just with this hint of pink as well. And then the 4th one, I was asked if I would do a more masculine one. Now this paper doesn't really lend itself to be terribly masculine, so I used the, is it New Horizons paper, and the Aspen die cut and made this one. So this is just the rest of the little piece of paper from here. And all the embossing and everything is all done for you. As I say, all you need is to be able to put them together. You also get a pack of these matte dots, and you will have some left over, so for other projects and things. But that means you can choose which colours, because some of them I didn't know whether I wanted to put the grey or the black, and you might think, oh, I really didn't want white on that one, I wanted the grey. So it's a whole pack of those, and there will be paper as well for this card. These ones will have white envelopes. This one we are going to make the envelopes for, and we're going to use this piece of the Designer Series paper, that pattern there. So if you think you would like a space, it's going to be a $40 class. You get 8 cards to each of these and the matte dots, and I will do a Zoom as well. You certainly don't have to join in with the Zoom. You can just craft on your own. There'll be a colour PDF as always. So let me know if you'd like a space. I'm ordering after the 6th of February. But if you order before the end of January, I will include a bonus project as well. I will include it with anybody who orders before the end of January. I'm not telling you what the project is. You will like it, and you will have all the pieces for it, and I will include it on your PDF as well. Okay, so that's my all occasion class. So, hi Glenda, how are you doing? Nice to see you. We just finished. We were making my calendars. Everybody else sent their calendars out for the beginning of January. Mine are coming out at the end of January. This is the one that I've made for Richard's request of Chinese New Year cards. So I made these little Easy Desk calendars, and this is the Easel card that we've just made this evening. So thank you everybody for joining me. I always love crafting with you on a Tuesday. So take care. I'll see you soon. I will make this one for my YouTube on Sunday. And the new time is Sunday at 1 PM for YouTubes. Thanks ladies. Take care. Have a wonderful week. Oh, thank you Libby. I'm glad you like the cards. Take care. Bye bye everybody. Bye bye.